Hi, Sagittarius. It's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another bombshell tarot reading. Let's see what we have for you guys. And we start with All That Glitters. All That Glitters. And we see these two gold masks here. And one of them has this kind of, I forget what they call this over here, but it's kind of a, a negative or this kind of elephant kind of face. But these are masks, and this lady's looking down at them, and they're sitting on this top of this gold mountain here, which is pyrite or fool's gold. So all that glitters is it's two things really. It can be like where somebody thought that something was going to be so great, and it just kind of, it's not gold. It might have glittered, but it's definitely not gold. And then the other thing is, it can be about somebody who has a lot of money and things like that, and maybe even within a relationship, and they're not really happy. So that's what that's about. And interesting, it's a 7. 16 is a 7. 7 is let me reanalyze, or let me analyze, evaluate, right? So there's something wrong, right, with all that glitters. And let's go ahead and get another card for Sagittarius, please. And we have TikTok. All right, so we know what TikTok is, right? It is a clock here that is, the time is running running quickly. Yes, we know of the other one, but there is a hot air balloon kind of pulling it up, or the clock is pulling it down. But this is somebody has a little bit of stress here, TikTok, because they feel like there's not enough time, most likely, or they're not going to meet a timeline, or maybe too much time has gone by, or it depends, right? I'm not really sure exactly. Let's see what else we have exactly. But so far, something about times going on, and somebody wasn't really happy. And we have higher power. Okay, so here's this lady, and her third eye is gleaming. They have it looking like a little flashlight. And interesting, there's like a child within her, and then lower. But this is this higher power, which is psychic power or intuitive at the very least, right? Being intuitive and about your life. It's a number 4, so that means that this higher power, this psychic ability, this all, or just intuition, trusting your intuition, is helping create stability here. Somebody didn't use their intuition when they ended up with this All That Glitters card, right? It could be like you bring your boyfriend home to your parents, and they go, well, that's great, he has a lot of money, he comes from a family with money, but does he make you happy? And maybe your eyes are goo goo gaga for the money or something like that, and then later on you're like, oh God. Let's see what we got. And we have the fairy cards today. We have caffeine, and we have Ivy. Okay, here she is, Ivy, with her green eyeshadow. The hummingbird dream. So let's have a look. The caffeine is about energy. Pretty sure here. Let's have a look at that. Motivation, same thing, right? So somebody's motivated here by something they understood intuitively, and also they're motivated by something that showed them they were unhappy. So they're like, well, I'm motivated to get out of this or change. The TikTok, the clock can represent a timeline, an ending, even a new beginning. It could, but somebody looks like they're kind of nervous that time might be running out. Let's see. Let's look at the other card here. Ivy. This is all about finances, motivation, finances. Somebody was motivated by money, maybe with all that glitters. And let's look at the, let's look at the, this finances card, though, you guys. Sorry, you guys. This Ivy card, which talks about finances. That's really about somebody who is trusting that their finances will be okay. Yeah, it's about somebody who's a little worried about their money as well. Well, that's kind of a trip. We have the hummingbird dreams, and let's see what that's about. That's very beautiful. I feel like it definitely is. The smallest. Take time to notice the smallest things today. All right, so somebody's motivated here. But they're seeing these small pleasures in life. I'm pretty sure that's what this is about. And these small pleasures in life are much more important than this money over here, all that glitters. Right? Yeah, it's the first card. So that means that the overall energy in this reading, at least the oracle, is about somebody who thought something was going to be great, or, and it's not. Definitely not. So, and the hummingbird dreams, this talks about something that is so, like, just humble and humility, like, where, small things can make you happy. That type of, so that's what's going on in this reading. Somebody realizes what's really important to them. It's really interesting because we have the Sagittarius full moon coming, and that is about understanding what really, like, what makes you happy, and like a higher purpose, your higher purpose, or being in a relationship where it's very meaningful. The ninth house that Sagittarius rules, this is about things that are meaningful, where you can expand in your life, enthusiasm, growing things, things that are dynamic even, but because this is Jupiter, yeah. And so this is, and Sagittarius full moon it can kind of show people too what's not like what's not motivating them, or what is not meaningful in their life. Yeah, what has little purpose. Excuse me. That's what the Sagittarius full moon will show a lot of people. They're going to see it, but they might not be really seeing it until the full moon happens. Yeah, they could, wow, right? Yeah, like that. All right, so yeah, let's see. The bottom of the deck, we have Treasure Island. It was in the reverse, so, that's a trip. So Treasure Island, in the reverse, means somebody kind of, maybe, once again, kind of got their treasure, and they realized this is not really my treasure at all. There's something like that going on in this reading. So let's see what we have, Sagittarius, and let's get some some cards. I beg your pardon. As soon as I get on, I just had something cold, and I have the sensitive voice, right? Yeah, oh my goodness, sensitive throat. Let's see what we got. If you guys want to get a psychic reading, I always check for accuracies for sure. And, I always get feedback on my work. Yes, I do. Yeah, if you want to find out about somebody, they are accurate. If you want to understand somebody, and they're kind of not, I don't know, they're being secretive or whatever, or if you don't know somebody, and for your own as well, your own insight, good at that. I'm also a Canfield life coach. So let's get into this. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, and the psychic reading and the tarot readings that I do, you can get them in many different formats, right? So, check out the description box. We have a live reading. Those are lots of fun, and recording if you want. But check that out for sure. And also, I do past life readings. So those are super powerful. And I see that a lot of people don't really understand what those are. Yeah, I realize that for sure. And bottom of this deck, Knight of Pentacles. Maybe there's a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Everything about private readings is in the description box below. So Sagittarius, we're going to do a past, present, and future reading here. And in the past, we see a defeat. Excuse me. And that is connected to this all that glitters. Something got let go here, or defeated, or destroyed, kind of. But this is about this guy. He took their swords, right? So it's about he won, and he's kind of has this smirk. But it is about victory and loss. It can be chaos in the past. It could, for sure. Mind games, maybe. This can be third party sometimes. There's 3 people here. And the 5s are all very challenging numbers, or cards, right? They are. They kind of mean like short-lived victories. They can also be, just challenging chapters. It doesn't have to be necessarily a short one. Yeah, and that is in the past. So, let's see what else we have. We have the Page of Swords, Emperor, 9 of Pentacles. So somebody realizes here that you are their happily ever after, because here's the 10 of Cups. In the past, with the 6 of Wands, this is a recognizing you, Sagittarius. Yeah, it's recognizing, because he's being recognized at the hockey game, whatever, a water polo, whatever they call it, right? That doesn't look like, that looks English to me, as in England or UK. It's not, I don't think it's an American thing. Right? So these people are there, and he's won, right? He's being recognized. That's why it's a recognition. Somebody recognizes that you're their happily ever after, and they defeat something. 5 of Swords. Like in the past, maybe they defeated you, but what I mean by defeat is kind of won in some way. Right? Or there was a defeat in some way, a victory and a loss. That's what 5 of Swords is about. And so someone recognizes here, most likely, that you are the one for them next to the 10 of Cups, and that you're part of this hummingbird dream. So this person's dreaming about you in this way that, wow, we just used to enjoy the little things, the small things. And we were happy just doing that. In other words, you don't need all this money over here, or whatever all that glitters is about. Plenty of people who have lots of money who are miserable, right? They get greedy, or they think they're better than other people. I mean, there's a long list of the downside of having too much money and not being able to be in a good relationship with it, right? Yeah. Everything is a relationship, and because everything has consciousness, right? So here we have now, in the past, let's look this way too. In the past, Sagittarius, we have somebody, this person or you, it's either, is like curious if they can have a new beginning with you. Ace of Swords after some type of a defeat. And the 10 of Cups, this is a completion. 9 of Pentacles is a completion. Something has ended in this reading that is not really being shown, except for this part, all that glitters. That's related to whatever has been defeated or let go, or kind of destroyed, or, just kind of ruined. I don't want this. It was already ruined. That's how it looks in this reading. Like something, because we have all that glitters, is like, well, it wasn't happy anyway. Right? So here we have in the present situation, Sagittarius, here is the Page of Swords. He's very curious. He is. It could be that somebody wants to speak to you here. The pages are, they are messengers, and, he's the page with the sword even, right? Can be a major curiosity in this reading. I feel like it is, but this is also somebody may want to talk to you. These are swords about words and the mind and, things like that, the intellect. And here we have the Emperor and the 9 of Pentacles. This person could have took control of their life and became single, or they're doing really well financially, something like that. Here's the 9 of Pentacles. Maybe this person thinks they can motivate you with money. That's a possibility here. Like, look, I'm doing really well. Not like, to buy you, Sagittarius. Sagittarians can't be bought. I only know one who can be bought, right? And I know him really well. So, so I'm sure of it, right? But usually not, because as the full moon indicates, we need things that keep us like interested and, something very meaningful and true to our purpose. That's what the Sagittarius full moon is about. That's what Jupiter is about, right? It's about higher realms and higher ideals and beliefs and, philosophy, but it's about things that are purposeful and very meaningful for expansion and growth. That is what Jupiter represents. So that's what I mean by Sagittarius can't really be bought, because it's about doing things that really bring you joy, exploring, right? Exploring other lands, or, just doing things where you feel that you're really living your life purpose. That's really what Sagittarius is about. Like one of the main, and that's what this moon is about. Yeah, so getting back to this, right? Here's the Emperor at the heart of the matter, the heart of the reading here, right in the center. This is taking control. Somebody took control of their life in this reading, and whatever that may mean. They had to move things around. They had to let something go. Five of Swords, all that glitters. Looks like somebody let something go right here. And this TikTok card, they're worried about time. Right? Yeah, in some way they are worried about time. Probably that time will run out. So here is this person taking control of the situation. The Emperor. The Emperor is about controlling his empire, wherever that is, right? You know, downtown, you know, second lane, or it could be, you know, in the rich hills, right? That's usually how it works, kind of, you know, in terms of, you know, the hills are usually the richer part. But, you know, this Emperor is taking control regardless of, right? Just taking control. And to set the stage for stability, it's a number 4. So here we have somebody right here. This person has taken control. They've recognized you, and they want this Ace of Cups with you. Now we have 2 aces here adjacent, right? I beg your pardon, you guys. And yeah, that's what's going on here. And so this person could have done something, let somebody go, and they're wondering here, Page of Swords, if they can have this new beginning with you, because maybe they have a different status now. Maybe when you knew them, they were broke. That could be the case too, right? And now they are like, they're available. In other words, maybe they are doing really well in their life, and so they're available for you guys to do maybe what you had planned originally, maybe what you wanted them to do, or right, or but there is a recognition here that something in the past was a misjudgment. All that glitters. Poor judgment. Now we have higher power over here, and this is perfect judgment, right? Or excellent judgment. Nothing's perfect in this, right? Except maybe a baby, right? Or, you know, the universe. But, you know. All right. In the near future, Sagittarius, you have the Hermit is here reversed. There could be a Virgo. Remember, the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe there's a Virgo here, right? Interesting. The only sign that is really here is Virgo, and the Emperor, who could be Aries, right? But it's fine because we have a lot of other people who are not, right? Aries, Virgo. But in the near future, which is now really, I mean, yeah. But we have this Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit reversed, and the Ten of Cups. This is like, I'll do whatever I can to have my happily ever after. That's what this card's about, this Nine of Pentacles. I'll do whatever I need to do. And my values are really important here as well. Nine of Pentacles. It can be about somebody with money. It can. But it's, you know, this can be, I'll be single. All the nines. Everybody on the 9 card, the 4 cards, they are always alone. Yeah. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're always alone. And this is like a fulfillment. Something ends here. To begin something new. That's what this is about, right? Full moons can be like that too. Full moons can come out as endings and revelations about whatever you were thinking about with the same new moon, like in Sagittarius for last year. Yeah, it's highly fascinating. So, God. So here, Sagittarius, we have somebody here who, the Hermit reverse, this person probably, maybe they were in isolation. They could be an earth sign who was depressed. Or who just kind of, these aren't really depression cards. I mean, 5 of Swords could be, right, from something like something really difficult. But this could be somebody here who's just kind of already figured out what they want. They've already gained their intuitive insight, the Hermit reverse, because the higher power is here, right, with her third eye. So she doesn't have to be a hermit anymore if she doesn't want to be, right? So this could be a Virgo, but I feel like what this is that somebody has gained their insight here. For sure they have with the higher power card. And they are motivated because we have caffeine. So in the near future, Sagittarius, you're going to have a new beginning with somebody. And this is somebody who feels like you are their happily ever after. Yeah. Because the higher power card says, I know this person is a soulmate, We're connected at the soul level, things like that. Twin flame. I know that. Yeah, this person knows that, Sagittarius. So I'm going to end this reading. If you guys want to get a reading with me, check out the description box. Lots of fun readings, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to keep these videos coming your way. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my uploads. Thanks so much, guys.